Heat? It's just the atoms of an object vibrating rapidly. I want to see if I can induce that effect without flames. All I really have to do is add energy after all, I explained, with my eyes closed, still focusing on the shard. I pictured flowing mana into the broken bit of metal, and then causing the atoms of the shard to vibrate quicker and quicker, until the metal started to glow. I imagined the atoms absorbing the energy of my mana into themselves. Then I heard it.
Now how did you do that?
I opened my eyes and saw a red-hot shard of metal was beginning to melt on the floor. I can't believe it worked, I said to myself, just before some of the molten metal touched the leg of my trousers and caught it on fire. Ah! I shouted and jumped up. I thought for a moment about creating water to put the fire out, but before my brain had come up with a plan, my body had already started swatting at my trousers trying to punch the flames out. In an instant, but it felt much longer, I started stripping off my bottoms. Suddenly I was hit with a huge splash of water that put out the blue flames. I turned around and saw the blacksmith standing on top of a counter, and a blue rune glowed behind him.
Ha ha ha!
He cackled in his raspy old voice.
12 years I've had this rune here, and this is still the best investment I've ever made.
I looked down at my half-burned, half-drowned trousers, laying on the ground, and wondered to myself how I let that happen. Catch many things on fire then? I wondered aloud, and picked up my clothes from the ground. I glanced over and saw that the water had cooled off the metal too, as it was now also dripping wet.
I haven't in a while, but yes,
he answered, and fluttered back to the forging table.
Your garments seem to need repair,
the blacksmith pointed out. I stuck a few fingers through the new hole burned into the left leg and side. They are easy to replace, but it means I need to head home for a while. He nodded his head.
That's fine. I can give you a lesson in metalwork another time.
I'll call Suma and have her send me back, but before I do, I said, I reached into the back pocket of my ruined jeans and pulled out a piece of paper. I sketched out some designs for the armor I wanted to order. I placed the paper on a nearby table and took a minute to explain everything I wanted and how best to do it. I expected him to be overwhelmed at the thought of making more gear for me, but instead he looked confused.
Jake, what is this material? He asked.
Oh, you can just make it out of normal metal. It doesn't need to be anything special, I answered him.
No, I don't mean the strange drawings. What is this white stuff you drew on? He asked.
It took me a moment to realise. I have not seen even a scrap of paper in this entire world. I have been coming and going from this world for months, but I haven't so much as even seen a torn shred of it floating in the breeze. It's called paper. On my world, we use it to write stuff down on, I said.
What is it made of? He asked.
Wood pulp, I think. Then it gets dissolved in acid, rinsed off, formed out, then pressed and left out to dry, I explained, what little I knew.
Wow. If you sold this, I bet you could make a lot. It's so much lighter than planks, he exclaimed.
Planks? Right. I've seen a few new-made carrying planks of thin wood around. I guess the nymphs haven't invented chemistry yet. I think I'll pass for now, but maybe one day, I said. I prepared to call Suma. Suma, can you send me back home for a bit? I need to change your clothes. Okay, but I'll have to summon you first. Duck down, she said. I was a bit confused, but did it anyway. I said goodbye to the blacksmith and was summoned to an insanely cramped room. My head was touching the ceiling, even though my knees were on the ground. What the... Where are we? I asked. We are in... Suma stopped and looked me over. Jake, where are the rest of your garments? They were burned, so I need to go get new ones, I said. Suma laughed and said she understood, then told me I was currently in her parents' house. No kidding. I'd love to meet them, I told her. Perhaps after you get dressed, she said, and sent me back. I reappeared back in my room and grabbed a spare set of clothes. I changed everything because I'd been wearing the same outfit for a few days now, just washing them with water magic at night. I looked at the time, and then immediately did a double take when I realised what I saw. It was about lunch when I left, but my clock said it was almost 2 AM, and that several days had passed.